Hello and welcome to Ryno's Orioles Report. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. No use really beating around the bush about it. I got an article a little later, and I usually like to get to those things a little bit after the games. But right here on the main page here, bam! Batista undergoing surgery on the right shoulder. Expected to miss 12 months. Now, I'm not going to go all Dennis Green on everybody about you all crowning him, but to a certain extent, I kind of hate being right sometimes. But at the same time, you kind of like it, because I was right. However, very short two-game series with the Boston Red Sox. Let's get right to it. You see them on MessageSports.com. Game 1, Baltimore Orioles 6, Boston Red Sox 3. Holiday 0 but he walked twice. Westberg 0 left the game with an injury. What else is new? Holy shit. You can't keep anybody healthy. Anybody. Nobody. Has anybody? Wow. Whew. Very disappointing. Wet-ass fields in Boston. I guess they drenched the middle infield of the dirt too much because, yeah, Westberg almost looked like he was running on a slip inside there for a minute trying to round second base. Yeah. Luis Vasquez comes in to pinch run and then goes into third base. 1 hit for him. Henderson, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Mountcastle, 3 hits and an RBI. Cowser, 0 3 strikeouts. Samuel Basallo, why he's batting 6th and Cowser was 5th. I mean, I guess they think maybe Basallo would offer protection for Cowser. I don't know. Basallo, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Jeremiah Jackson, finally getting a right-handed batter in there. He might play more. I mean, if Basallo and Beavers are going to play a lot, it's another 2 lefties. Plus, you have Henderson and Holiday. Got to get some right-handed bats in there. 2 hits for Jeremiah Jackson. Dylan Beavers, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, walked twice. Okay. Dylan Carlson, 0. Vasquez Basallo with doubles, Henderson with a triple, Henderson with a home run. Yeah, Henderson he didn't necessarily get taken out. Trevor Story made contact with him when Henderson was trying to turn a double play. Yes, perfectly legal. But when you're 3 feet off the bag, towards right field, yeah, I can see why it's upsetting. I mean, sure, okay. He didn't cheat. Trevor Story played within the rules of baseball. And okay, some people say, he's going hard in the bag. The fielder was standing more than 3 or more feet off the base. I don't care what the rule says. That's a shitty thing to do. Closer to the bag? Yeah, fine. 3-4 feet off the bag? Nope. Should not be allowed to make contact with him. That doesn't make sense. You should be able... I mean, it would be really hard to... what's the word? Not officiate the rule, but uphold the rule that you're allowed 1 foot, because they allow you to do really whatever, slide whatever, as long as you hit the ground before the bag and you can still touch the bag. I mean, how long is your arm? If you're leaning while you're sliding, how far reach you got? You got 4 or 5 feet. I mean, I think that's too generous. But at the same time, you should be allowed to slide a foot next to the bag. So, I don't know. How enforce. There you go. I don't know how exactly you could enforce that. But whatever. Also, think about this. As soon as Henderson gets the ball and touches the bag, the runner's out. He has no right to anything. He's out. He's not a base runner. how exactly should a non-base runner be allowed to affect the play on the field? Y'all think that's right? That's how the rule's been like the whole time. An out can affect the actual play. Or, I mean, a person that just got out. I mean, you can say review this, review that, or whatever. Fielder has ball, touches base before runner gets there. He's out. There's no other way. Look, if he's dropping the ball, maybe. Ball in possession, foot on base, you're out. Why is that out? That former base runner that is now out and should be off the field, he shouldn't be allowed to be there and affect the play on the field. What? Okay. Jeremiah Jackson, or I'm sorry. It just says Jackson, and I'm confused. Is it Jackson Holiday? Is it Jeremiah Jackson? Is it Alex Jackson? Because it just says Jackson. Well, they usually go with last names. Duh, right? So it's got to be Jeremiah Jackson caught stealing. Figures. Trevor Rogers gets a start in this game. Man, he likes pitching in Fenway, don't he? It is a really historic baseball venue. Trevor Rogers throwing 7 full innings, 98 pitches. A little bit, just like a little bit. But I get it. Let him finish the 7 innings. He's rolling out there. Only giving up 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Yeah. No, I still don't like the trade. Maybe it's really before how they handled themselves before then. Not playing Stowers enough. Figuring out who was the one you wanted to keep and who was the one that you would want to be willing to part with. Or if you wanted to keep the one because you thought the one was better, then maybe you just trade that player and just that player for Trevor Rogers. But whatever. Dietrich ends on for the 8th inning. Yeah, bullpen giving up a few runs here, though at the same time, final score was 6-3. Pitching the full 8th inning, gives up 1 hit, 1 run, no walks, 1 strikeout. 22 pitches there. Cano finally doing okay in the 9th inning. Now, again, he does give up a run, but even while he gave up that run, it was still 6-3, so you had runs to play with. Cano pitching the full 9th inning, does give up a hit and a run and walks somebody. There you go, walking people. Yep. No strikeouts. Cano's in a bit of a funk, I think. And to a certain extent, I really feel like he's not pitching enough. I really do. I think he just needs to pitch more. I mean, he only threw 19 pitches. Right, where is it? Yeah, 19 pitches. I mean, if he's throwing 20 pitches every other game, I don't see how... Maybe not always every other game. You can give him a day off, an extra day off somewhere around there. But, I mean, if you think about it, when they would get days off, then there's another day off for him. So I'm not saying every other day. I'm saying every other game. I don't know. Because I just feel that he's just not he's not able to work through whatever problems. And that splitter, sinker. Whatever. I mean, keep doing whatever. I mean, the season's over anyway. It doesn't really matter for us anymore. I mean, they're now 8 games under 500, which is surprising. That they sold so much at the All-Star break, and they're 8 games under 500. Imagine if we kept Kittredge. Or Baker. Or both. That's really where the deficiency is now. In the bullpen. The bullpen just... I mean, you got 3 or 4 guys out there that are capable. The rest of them just... Oof. See a few of them here. Game 2 very short 2-game series. Very weird because today's Wednesday and it's off day. Whatever, man. Whatever. Baltimore Orioles 4, Boston Red Sox 3, final in 11 innings. Yeah, Orioles were trying to let the Red Sox win it. Nope. Okay, Holiday 1 hit, also walked once. Luis Vazquez moved up to the 2-hole. Rutschman was supposed to be in here. No Rutschman. I'm telling you, they're going to break that kid. Rutschman, these idiots, they're using him too much. A lot of wear on Adley Rutschman, and the Orioles don't seem to care about doing anything about it. Of course, now they got 2 catches. Like, now you got it. Now you got him. Idiots. Vasquez over, but he did walk once. Henderson hit and a walk. Mountcastle hitting an RBI. Cowser hitting an RBI. Mayo 1 hit. Also 3 strikeouts. Dylan Beavers over, but he walked once. Jeremiah Jackson pinch hitting. Lefty-righty matchup there. Jackson was able to get on once. Happens with fielders' choices and all. I just don't know. I don't know that I want to pinch hit for Beavers there. If anything, pinch hit for Carlson. But Carlson actually had a nice game. Speaking of, Carlson hit and a walk. But I just feel that they get into these modes where certain hitters, like say, now with Dylan Beavers, is going to get pinch hit a lot when there's a lefty on the mound. I think that does stunt his progression, but that's just an opinion. Alex Jackson starting behind the plate. Ofer, Sammy Basayo, pinch hitting late. They came up with an RBI. Very crucial RBI, too. Carlson, Cowser, Holiday with doubles. And that's it. Cowser stole a base. Holiday with a fielding error. Yeah. Yes, it did allow the run to score. Of course, that was because of balk. Sagano did not realize he had 2 engagements already. And he stepped off. Well. But again, that runner was allowed to get on because of the Holiday error. But at the same time, you saw Holiday make a few nice plays. One of the double plays they were able to turn in this series was Holiday getting to a ball, and then from his back, because he was kind of off balance going down to the ground to get the ball, just kind of almost a chest pass to Henderson, who was able to, catch it and then turn the double play. No, that wasn't the one where Story slid into him. It was this game, yeah. They needed some of these double plays turned, especially in this game, because only got 5 innings out of Sagano, which I guess isn't terrible. Really, he didn't do bad. The pitch count just got elevated. So Sagano only pitching 5 innings, does give up 5 hits, which isn't terrible, especially when he didn't walk anybody. I'll take that. Give up 5-6 hits. If you're not going to walk anybody, that's fine. If anything, you really are okay with that, because at least you can say the other team's earning it. It's not you just handing it to them. Here, have a base, and have a base, and you have a base. Like you're Oprah of pitching. You have a base, and you have a base. Yes, he does give up the 1 run. It was unearned, as I mentioned. No walks, 3 strikeouts. And it really helps here because you're able to get 2 innings from Keegan Aiken. And Aiken only throws 19 pitches. That's pretty good. So Aiken pitching the full 6th and the full 7th. No hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. All right. Here, where, some of the, we'll say, inexperience comes into your bullpen. Again, because you traded so many guys away. You traded what? 4 bullpen arms, and 1 got hurt in Batista. Selby's so injured. Yeah, Wolfram didn't pitch. Wolfram didn't pitch the other days. Wolfram, which is odd, Wolfram did pitch, Sunday in Houston. It's odd that didn't get him in the game here. Whatever, man. Whatever. Cade Stroud in for the 8th inning. Not able to record an out. Gives up 2 hits and a walk. Loading the bases. Could he have gotten out of it? Sure. It's possible. It's entirely possible that he could. Of course, I don't know if you really think there's anybody else in that bullpen that you really thought was going to be able to get out of it. Of course, you threw Rico Garcia out there and he was able to get out of it somehow. So yeah, probably Stroud wasn't going to be able to get out of it. It's surprising that Rico Garcia was, because he got dumped how many times this year? Okay. So yeah, Cade Stroud unable to do anything in the 8th. Enter Rico Garcia with the bases loaded. He ends up pitching the full 8th inning, giving up no hits, no runs, no walks, getting 3 strikeouts. He had a changeup working. Threw a few fastballs in there, but he had them Red Sox biting on that changeup. Strong showing to make the team next year. Unless he gets himself a better contract. I'm not sure exactly his contract situation. Get him a good contract next year. Yarmil Geraldo in for the 9th inning. Again, because one of your more experienced guy in Cano just takes a giant shit in the 9th inning. Whatever. You throwing Geraldo out there. To a certain extent, part of it is, at least Tony Mansolino mentioned it, that he's talked to a few of his bullpen guys, so he's given some of them an opportunity, and Geraldo wanted it. Well, yeah, about that, yeah, no. Maybe when they got more runs to play with, maybe. Nah. Pitching the full 9th inning, I mean, he got out of it. But pitching the full 9th inning gives up 1 hit, 2 runs, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. You like the 2 strikeouts. The 4 walks, dude, what the hell you doing? Damn. You don't like this. The Stroud thing, it's kind of an unfortunate series of events that you gave up the 2 hits combined with a walk. But the Geraldo shit, it's just unacceptable. 4 in 1 inning. No. Can't have that. Cannot have that at all. Disappointing. Then Cano coming in for so he likes the 10th. He's okay in the 8th. He's okay in the 10th. He can't do the 9th. Or he won't do the 9th. To the point where Tony Mansolino don't even use him in the 9th inning for a save anymore. Completely dancing around Cano and his services in the 9th inning. Wow. Cano in the 10th. Pitching the full 10th, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Okay. Somehow not allowing the runners to score. That's... Oh, well. Corbin Martin getting his 2nd save of the season for the Orioles. Yeah, I wasn't too impressed with the way Corbin Martin does it, but I feel that he's got a better track record of throwing strikes. Geraldo, I feel this isn't necessarily too far off of what he's been doing regularly. You can't have that many walks. You just can't. Corbin Martin pitching the full 11th inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. All right. All right. Now, big, somewhat, we'll call it controversy. With one out, who was it that hit the ball? Was it Mr. Anthony here? It had to be Mr. Anthony there. Hits the ball to the Colton Cowser out there in center field. Now it was shallow center field. It wasn't normal depth center field. It was shallow center field. Red Sox had a man on third because you start with a man on second and they were able to move him over with that one out. Everybody's thinking, oh, you're going to send him. You're going to send him. You're going to send him. Well, Cowser has a strong arm. It may not be accurate at times, though. At times it has been very accurate. This throw was not accurate. But luckily, he's made accurate, strong throws in the past that they didn't send him. The Red Sox did not send that man from third base. Yeah, it was this Mr. Eaton here. Was a pinch runner who has good speed. But, and some people are speculating, I think Ben McDonald mentioned this on the broadcast, on the post-game show. It was Alex Bregman up next. So, you get a ball to shallow center field. You got an outfielder that does have a strong arm, has thrown with accuracy on occasion. More often than not, I think. But this ball was way up the line. And you got Alex Bregman, one of the premier hitters in the game. You send a runner, you don't. Because it was shallow. I mean, if it was normal depth center field, I'd say send him anyway. Doesn't matter who's up next. Shallow, yeah, he's kind of holding him. I think it's kind of the right call there. Because you got a good hitter. You got a good hitter coming up. Guy makes lots of money because he's a good hitter. He couldn't get it done this time. Popped up. But sometimes we eat the bar, sometimes the bar he eats you. Oh well, alright, let's get to these articles. I made my notes, making the notes here because I can't remember all the shit that's in this article because there's still too many damn injuries here and they're making this shit too damn complicated. Colin Selby has been running, excuse me, because Selby's on the injured list with a hamstring problem, but he is able to run or more jog with little to no pain or discomfort. So that's good news. Selby getting closer. Also on here, Tyler O'Neill returning to baseball activities, trying to get back from that wrist issue from the shitty-ass chain link fence out there in Philly or whatever the hell he did. All right, now with Bradish and Wells. Yeah, me. I don't know why the Orioles are doing it this way, but whatever, I guess. They just want to make me wrong. Bradish not going to be joining the team soon. They're going to have him do one more start. I don't really know why. He was up to mid to high 70s in the pitches. It doesn't make that much sense to have him. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Though to a certain extent, I guess they're thinking when they bring Bradish back, they're going to go to a 6-man bullpen, putting him down to 7 guys. I'm sorry, a 6-man rotation, and therefore the bullpen will be down to 7 guys. So they would want Bradish to be able to throw 90 pitches. Because right now I think he would be able to throw 80, 85. So maybe it's one more because they want to go to a 6-man rotation and therefore wouldn't have as much wiggle room with their bullpen arms. It's the best I can figure. But yes, one more rehab start for Kyle Bradish. Tyler Wells, they're saying... Oh, I'm sorry. This article written by Rock Kabatko. They're saying here Tyler Wells 2 more rehab starts, which doesn't make any sense because that 6-man rotation, it's not going to include Tyler Wells. You got to think Bradish, Kramer, you need 2 lefties, Povich and Rogers, and then Sagano, Brandon Young. I mean, okay, I guess you could slot Wells in there and put Brandon Young in the bullpen, I guess, or send him back down to AAA so he can get some starts there. But I think with the other news on Batista, I think Wells needs to be your de facto closer now. Who the hell else is it going to be? Cano apparently won't do it. Your next best option would be Tyler Wells. Yes, he has experience doing it. Yep, he does. He's fairly good at it too. You would think now a more mature, more experienced pitcher like him, yeah, he'd be able to do it just fine. Maybe not as good as Batista. We're saying that Batista was really that good at it. I think he was wildly inaccurate at sometimes, but he had big velocity, so kind of countered that a little bit. So maybe they're thinking it's not necessarily going to be 2 starts for Wells. I'm hoping that maybe it'll be 2 appearances, but they'll bring him in out of the bullpen. Maybe. Because what does he need to have another start and get up to 70 or 80 pitches if he's going to the damn bullpen? I mean, he's got to go to the bullpen. Right now, you got enough starting pitching. Especially when you've essentially phoned it in for the season. You traded all them pieces away at the trade deadline. You're done. There's no reason to start Wells. Put him in the bullpen. Because you need bullpen help. But however, I mean, do you? Suarez getting close to returning, and they're saying here 1 more rehab start and then 2 relief appearances in the rehab time. So you allow a 5-day window for a start and then the 4-day window for the 2 relief appearances. Could be relatively close. Could be before the end of the month. I think they're saying the 24th or the 25th for Bradish, and then Wells 1st or 2nd of the month, and I think that's about the same for Suarez. So we're getting closer. We're still a bit away. Still ways off, but, we're getting closer. This post here by the Masson staff, Greg Allen, who was recently designated for assignment, has elected free agency, so he will not stick around with the organization. This article here by Rock Kabatko talking about Jordan Adams, another recent designation for assignment, has elected to stay with the organization and has joined the Norfolk Tide. I don't know. Maybe he's a glutton for punishment. I don't know. Because he just never gets any opportunities when he's up here. It's weird. But whatever. Also, a few injury updates. Yes, you can see Rutschman scratched from the lineup. That's the headline here. Rock talking about the Rutschman thing and the Westberg thing. Westberg was limping around in the locker room. He has a boot on. He's not, as of yet, going on the injured list. Don't know. It's tough to say what's going on with Westberg. I mean, he was able to walk off the field under his own power, so I feel like it's not too severe. I mean, it might take a week or so-ish. I mean, he might end up on the injured list. But, we'll just have to see. Rutschman, damn oblique again. I mean, you're having a kid play too much, I guess. It's the end of the year. He's a catcher. He's been getting his ass kicked. He's been getting injured. A left oblique injury earlier in the year. Guess what? Now it's the right one. Wonderful. Not on the injured list yet, but who knows? All right, here you go. This article by Rock Kabatko talking about Jorge Mateo. Jorge Mateo is nearing a rehab assignment. Should start, I think Rock mentions today. And it appears that most of his playing time will be in the outfield, which I guess makes sense. I mean, you get a lot of benefit out of the speed. You have nobody. What are your options in the outfield? I mean, you got Dylan Beavers, you got Colton Cowser. Yeah, they're going to stick around. Carlson's not really running away with anything. Even though he looks okay once he gets a decent amount of consistent playing time. Other than that, nothing. Jeremiah Jackson, I mean, he looks fine. To a certain extent, he's a guy that can play a few infield spots, and he's learning a few outfield spots. I'd like to see him play left field a little bit more. Get used to that left field wall in Fenway. But it's whatever. Jorge Mateo. Remember some of the things he was doing the last time he was in Fenway, jumping over walls and shit. Yeah. With Arias gone, you would kind of like to see him play a little bit more infield, and especially with Westberg, apparently can't stay healthy. Get a few more opportunities to get in there, but at the same time, you do have Luis Vasquez. So having the ability to play a few more outfield positions for Jorge Mateo could keep him around a little longer. All right, and this last article by Rock Kabatko, I mean, the headline really says it all, and I mentioned it before because it was, big plastered on the homepage there. Batista undergoing shoulder surgery is talking about a torn or an injured, I don't remember which was torn, a labrum and a rotator cuff. Damn, man, damn. You know what? I said it. His delivery, too violent. Way too over the top and too violent. Plus, he's tall. So he has very long limbs, which means the whipping action of an arm is more severe. I mean, think about bat speed. The longer the bat path to the ball, the higher the bat speed. Same with your arm. Again, but you all wanted to crown him. You wanted to crown him the best closer of all closers in all the closing land. Even though he still has never pitched a full major league season in relief. Okay. All right, let's wrap up this episode of Ryno's Always Right. Just joking. Today, Wednesday, off day. Very weird, but it's whatever. You got 2 4-game sets coming up, which is just as weird, but whatever. So you got the off day today. Then Thursday starts a 4-game set at home with the Houston Astros. Thursday's game scheduled 7:15. Friday's game scheduled 7:05. Saturday's game scheduled 7:05. And then Sunday's game scheduled 1:35. And then Monday's game starts a 4-game set with the Boston Red Sox at home. Again, that's weird because of how recent you've played the Houston Astros and the Boston Red Sox. It's weird. But whatever. That's going to do it for this edition of Ryno's Orioles Report. Please stay tuned for Monday, and I will talk about the series between the Baltimore Orioles and the Houston Astros. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I am the Angry Ryno, and this is Birdland.